Morning, everyone, and aloha.
Aloha.
Our speaker today enrolled in the one-month spiritual development course held at Mission Headquarters from June 18th. And despite his physical challenges, successfully completed the course on July 13th. Everyone, please welcome Kenneth Rossberg.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am a retired accountant at age 65. I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease and have suffered through 2 strokes and have been diagnosed with bipolar. I was married for 10 years and got divorced. I've outlived my parents and siblings, and I'm the only one left in the world, the family tree. Living on my own, the social worker said they needed a caregiver to help me clean their room and to ship whenever going shopping. Rossberg, who was a former church member, was assigned to me. One day, Rossberg asked me if I wanted to speak with her pastor, Reverend Owen. I asked, what type of church is this? She didn't know how to answer, but I was curious and called Reverend Owen, who invited me to church service, which was early in the morning. And that's how I started going to church. As I always arrived early, he gave me time to read some books and to read books, which gave me a good idea of what the church was about. I read the right Oyasama, which was the tale of Oyasama in comic form. For this reason, I wanted to go to church at one at a time, and this is how I became a member of the church. I'd like to share a story. About 9 months ago, I had to go to a dentist appointment at my teeth cleaning. I looked through the window, it was raining, and I stopped, so I took my walker. The dentist was about 2 blocks away. It takes me only 15 minutes to walk to the dentist. Normally, I would go with my wheelchair, but since I felt I could walk, I took the walker. I left at 8:30 in the morning early because I wanted to be on time. As I decided to cross the street, my feet froze while in the middle of the street. For some reason, it came to me that my legs were made of iron and the street was made of a powerful magnet. Somehow I was able to walk. I was touch and go. Really, it was very strong. My feet and legs were free. Right at that time, I thought over the summer came to my mind. I thought how I would be charged for the dentist for anything. I then thought of Dr. Barrett, showing something, and asked for help. I said, "Namo, Tenrikyo, several times, if everyone had previously. I was so touch and go, but when I arrived at the dentist's office, the lady asked me if I needed help. I answered yes, and she helped me across to the elevator and to the dentist's office. She opened the door again, and I made my appointment. I ended up taking an hour and a half to get to the dentist's office. After my treatment, I was about to leave the dentist's office. The lady was there again. Opened the door. She offered to drive me to my apartment, but I refused, saying that I needed to walk, but if I didn't walk, I would lose my ability to walk. So she walked in with me to my apartment. For some reason, I was able to walk with a normal gait and arrive close to my apartment, across the street in 15 minutes. At that point, where I needed to cross the street to get to my apartment, she offered me to cross the street. I thanked her, but said that it was not necessary. As I was saying goodbye, I asked her her name. She answered her name was Vicky. At that instant, her hair turned gray, and in fact, her features started to age. I didn't know what teeth and voice of It took about 15 minutes to cross the street, stopping and going like before. When I got back into my apartment, my feet began to hurt. I called Owen, and he came over for Suzuki several times over the next days. My feet started to get better, and I went for therapy to remedy my sprained limb. After my therapy and learning about the teaching, I realized the lady who helped me close to him was Oyasama. I firmly believe that when you really need help, you pray to God for prayer, and Oyasama, beloved parent, Oyasama will help you. When I told my friends the story about the lady they led to me, and said it was just my imagination, Reverend Tenrikyo, the Shuyokai, Hawaii 1 month spiritual development for life of Oyasama, started to share a story about the being dealt back by mysterious force when exiting a school bus. Thus was saved from being struck by a passing car. When he told his mother what happened, he said that he would be, and he told him it was Oyasama who saved him. From that story, he confirmed my belief and what I believed. I was supposed to write down my greatest experiences, but couldn't due to my condition. It actually turned out better because what I was learning when I speak came from the heart. I want to thank Mr. O'Hara, my fellow students, the staff at Mission Headquarters, and the instructions for their patience, kindness, and support extended to me during that time. I will keep complete the 1 month course. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kenneth. In the story Kenneth mentioned earlier, when he finished seeing the dentist and was going home, the same woman appeared again and asked him, "Shall I take you home by car?" However, when he answered that he had to walk for exercise, she walked with him to his apartment. The woman's hair suddenly turned gray, and she suddenly changed into an older woman. When Mr. Kenneth told this to a friend, he laughed at it, but I have heard of such stories, and I believe it's true. In another story, once, when Taiko's sister was visiting Hawaii, she was cleaning up after dinner in the kitchen. I went to Dendocho, the mission headquarters on Pone Highway, on some business, and Taiko was in the office doing some work. Taiko's older sister said that she could clearly hear a male voice singing the Mikagara Uta song from the sanctuary here. Looking at the sanctuary from downstairs, with the lights out from downstairs, she wondered, someone is performing a service in the dark. The lights in the worship hall had been turned off, but Naoko said that she could still hear the Mikagara song in a clear voice. Naoko, that's sister's name, thought that it must be me, Owen, who is doing a prayer service. She walked to the garage and found that there was no car. Before long, Taiko came down from the second floor, and her sister asked, "Is there anyone singing the Mikagara Uta?" "No," Taiko replied. Her sister, Naoko, that'll be my sister-in-law, had never believed in God and was an atheist. However, a few years ago, she was walking near her house, and one day she passed by a nice Tenrikyo church. When she entered the church, it was a Tenrikyo church, The minister's wife came out of the church and welcomed her very warmly. Now she has become so fervent in her faith that she goes to church every evening service and does hinokshin almost every day. I think this is also the guidance of Oyasama. Oyasama cannot be seen by figure, but Oyasama is ever living and working around the world day and night to save us. Mr. Kenneth's friend laughed at him, saying that's your imagination. But I believe that the ever-living Oyasama helped Kenneth to walk to and from his dentist. Thank you very much for your kind attention. At this time, I'd like to call upon Moses to give announcements for today.
The mission headquarters of Hawaii has donated $10,000 to the Hawaii Community Foundation for the Maui fire disaster relief efforts. Pearl Church will be making a $1,000 donation in support of that donation. Total of all proceeds received from all of us over and above 1,000 will be forwarded to the mission headquarters. The annual Tenrikyo Bazaar is scheduled for Sunday, August 27 from 8:30 to 2. Pearl Church is in charge of the ohagi production. If you are available to help, please contact Taeko. Also, if you wish to purchase scripts and barbecue chicken tickets, please email Reverend Owen or pass a note with the amount that you would like to purchase. Pre-sale chicken tickets will be $8 for half a chicken, and Bazaar Day price will be $8.50. The following booths will be closed this year, including the used clothing, toys, Ethereum, and cut flowers, and bubble drinks. We would like to thank those of you who came out to the first Bazaar Prep Hinokshin yesterday. Bazaar Hinokshin will continue with pickled vegetable making on Tuesday and Wednesday, TCC Cleanup Hinokshin this Saturday, 9 to 11, and Bazaar Canopy and booth set up on the following Sunday afternoon, 1 to 4, after Mission Headquarters monthly service. As announced last month, at Pearl Church, the Pearl Church 90th anniversary service will be held on June 9, 2024. Please save the date and join us for this major milestone.